have their own little ecosystem. Right here in Oakland, California, at Lake Merritt, we have water ecosystems and plant ecosystems. Right across from me is Bird Island. No human can go there, so it's its own little ecosystem just for the birds. We're here in Oakland, California at the beautiful Lake Merritt at the Rotary Nature Center. They have a beehive encased in glass. Let's go in and take a look. Behind me we have a buzzing beehive. This particular beehive is located at the beautiful Lake Merritt in Oakland, California. This particular species of bees is just one species of bees out of over 1,000 species that call California home. Although we get our honey from these bees, they're also very well in pollinating. As you can see here, I have a cucumber, avocados, apples, oranges, onion, and grapefruit. This is just a small amount of the fruits and vegetables that bees pollinate. Without bees, we wouldn't have any of them. So let's talk about bees today in entomology. Did you know that all the bees you see working and taking care of the hive are female? That's right. From the queen to the worker bee, they're all female and all the workers are sisters. So let me explain a little bit more about that. What you see here is a worker bee. You can tell they're worker bees because they're much smaller than the queen. You have the head, the thorax, and the abdomen. The worker bees are the ones you see going from flower to flower collecting nectar. And what we have over here is the queen. Notice that the queen is much larger than the worker bee, but she still has the head, thorax, and abdomen. The queen leaves the hive only once in her life to mate with the drone. Then she comes back and lays eggs. The worker bee's main purpose in life is to take care of the queen and her offspring. And I bet you're wondering, where are all the male bees? Well, there are a few male bees that are born into the hive, but they're kicked out as soon as they're ready to fly. Those male bees are called drones. As you can see, they're bigger than the worker bee, but still much smaller than the queen bee. As a matter of fact, the drone doesn't even have a stinger. The worker bees that you see in the hive are actually the younger sisters. The younger sister bees are the ones who take care of the queen and the larvae, or baby bees. As they get older, they go outside the hive and go from flower to flower collecting nectar to bring back to the hive to make honey. And that's something I didn't mention earlier, honey. In order for us to have honey, we need bees. But we're not the only ones who like honey. There are raccoons, skunks, badgers, and bears. They all love the sweet honey. So everyone knows bees make honey, but they're also very important because they also help pollinate plants. So as a bee goes from flower to flower collecting nectar to make our honey, they actually collect pollen at the same time. The pollen attaches to their legs, kind of like lint attaches to your clothes, and when they go from flower to flower, it falls off, and it helps for those plants to make new seeds and new plants. Would you like to practice being a bee and helping pollinate plants? Well, it's easy, and it's something you can do at home or at school. What you'll need is cheesy cheese puffs, a big bowl, some wrapped candy, and paper towels that you have shaped like a flower. I already have one cut out right here. So what you want to do is you want to take your candy, and this is going to represent nectar. You want to put it at the bottom of your bowl. Then you want to get some cheese puffs and cover that candy. So the wrapped candy is the nectar that the bee wants to get from the plant, and our cheese puff is the pollen. My hand is the bee, and my fingers would be the legs of the bee. And the pollen loves to attract the little hairs that are on my feet. So let's go to our flower and look for some nectar. There, got it. But as you can see, my hand is now covered with cheese or pollen. So as I go from flower to flower, I drop off some of that cheese pollen and I pollinate that plant. Bees are great at being pollinators. What you need to remember is that bees are important. Without bees, we wouldn't have honey, and they wouldn't be around to pollinate the fruits and vegetables that we eat every day. But bees are losing their fight. Their numbers are falling drastically. And without bees, we wouldn't have any of this great stuff. So what can you do at home to help increase the bee population? You can plant a garden. You can ask your parents or your teachers for help. Bees love flowers that are yellow, blue, or purple. They also like things like sage, clover, or alfalfa. You can plant these at home or at school, and you'll see many visitors come and pollinate your plants. You can also go to your local nature center and get what's called a bee block. A bee block is a piece of wood that you want to put near loose soil and a water source. If you do that, you'll have visitors come as well. So this is some things that we can do to help our bees. Another thing, if you already have a garden, you want to talk to your parents or teachers about pesticides. Pesticides can be very, very dangerous for bees, and that's entomology, the study of insects. And now you're in the know.